What happens when two of the biggest names in hip-hop, both stars in their own right, start throwing subtle shots at each other? The internet goes wild and fans can't stop talking. That's the situation we're currently witnessing with Lil Baby and Gunna. Once collaborators and close allies, the two have become embroiled in a growing web of tension that is now causing waves across the music industry. But how did we get here? This article dives deep into the drama between Lil Baby and Gunna, breaking down the facts, the speculation, and the real story behind the growing tension. Was it inevitable? Or is this all just a misinterpreted situation that's being blown out of proportion? In this detailed exploration, we'll analyze everything, from their rise to stardom to the legal controversies, to the subtle jabs being thrown in recent music releases. Buckle up, things are about to get real. Lil Baby and Gunna have been intertwined in the hip-hop scene for years, both of them emerging as key figures in the modern trap music landscape. They started as young, hungry artists from Atlanta, and their rise to stardom seemed almost inevitable given their talent, ambition, and the strength of their collaboration. Lil Baby, born Dominique Armani Jones, came from a rough background. Growing up in Atlanta, he experienced the harsh realities of street life before finding his true calling in music. He quickly transitioned from the streets to the studio, and his breakthrough mixtape, Harder Than Ever, solidified him as one of the top newcomers in the rap scene. His melodic flow, paired with his relatable storytelling, made him a standout. Gunna, born Sergio Giovanni Kitchens, was also a product of the Atlanta music scene. His style, often described as smooth and melodic, distinguished him from other trap artists. His Drip series, particularly Drip or Drown, catapulted him to success and introduced him to a larger audience. When these two artists connected, it was like a perfect storm. They formed a duo that fans couldn't get enough of. Their collaborative track, Drip Too Hard, became a massive hit, and it was evident that the combination of Lil Baby's aggressive yet catchy rap style and Gunna's smooth melodic approach was a winning formula. They quickly became one of hip-hop's most celebrated duos, and their future seemed brighter with every new release. They were both signed under the same label, YSL Young Stoner Life Records, led by the iconic rapper Young Thug. Thug's mentorship and influence helped shape their careers, guiding them as they navigated the complexities of the rap industry. Together, Lil Baby and Gunna made their mark, and their friendship appeared unbreakable. They were seen not only as collaborators but also as brothers in the game, supporting each other through every challenge that came their way. However, as their careers reached new heights, unforeseen challenges began to arise. In 2022, Gunna found himself at the center of a highly publicized legal battle. He was implicated in the YSLRICO case, a major investigation into alleged criminal activities within the Young Thug-led label. The case was significant not only because of the charges but also because of the names involved. Top figures in the hip-hop community were being scrutinized. Gunna, who had been arrested alongside Young Thug and several other YSL associates, was hit with serious charges. However, in an unexpected turn of events, Gunna made a plea deal with authorities, agreeing to testify in exchange for a reduced sentence. This move, which many saw as cooperation with the prosecution, sent shockwaves through the hip-hop community. Even though Gunna's lawyer argued that his actions didn't qualify as snitching, the perception was already set. In the rap world, where loyalty and the street code are considered sacred, any hint of cooperation with law enforcement is seen as a betrayal. Gunna's decision to take a plea deal and his subsequent statements in court, claiming that YSL was a gang, sparked heated debates. Was Gunna just trying to save himself? Or had he broken the unspoken rules that govern the streets and the music industry? In the wake of Gunna's legal troubles, fans and industry insiders eagerly awaited Lil Baby's response. After all, the two were so closely tied, and fans couldn't help but wonder where Lil Baby stood on the issue. Would he distance himself from his longtime collaborator, or would he stand by him? Initially, Lil Baby chose to remain silent. In the months following Gunna's plea deal, Lil Baby didn't offer any public statements or social media posts addressing the situation. For many, this silence spoke volumes. As time passed, Lil Baby's fans began to interpret his lack of support as a sign that he didn't approve of Gunna's actions. After all, loyalty was a core part of Lil Baby's persona. He had always been vocal about his adherence to the street code and his commitment to authenticity. The fact that Gunna's plea deal seemed to contradict these principles raised questions about their future as friends and collaborators. But things took a significant turn when Lil Baby released a new track in early 2023. In the song, there was a line that immediately caught the attention of fans: "You a rat, still can't." Although Lil Baby didn't name Gunna specifically, the timing of the release and the nature of the lyric made it clear to many that the line was aimed at his former friend. The release of this track sent the internet into a frenzy. Fans, critics, and even fellow artists quickly took to social media to discuss the line. Was it a direct diss aimed at Gunna? Or was it just another clever bar that had been overanalyzed? For Gunna's fans, the line felt like an unfair shot. They defended their favorite artist, pointing out that the plea deal didn't necessarily make him a rat, and that he was still releasing music that resonated with fans. Gunna's supporters argued that he had made a strategic decision to protect his freedom and his career, and that his actions should not define his entire character. On the other hand, Lil Baby's fans rallied behind the lyric. They believed that Lil Baby was simply keeping it real and standing by his principles. For many, the lyric was seen as a reflection of Lil Baby's commitment to authenticity, and his unwillingness to support anyone who didn't adhere to the same street codes that he did. This line, though subtle, rekindled the debate about loyalty in hip-hop, street codes, and what it means to be real in the industry. The public's reaction was swift and divided, but one thing was clear: the tension between Lil Baby and Gunna was no longer just a rumor. It had become a matter of public record. The debate over the rat lyric quickly spilled over into social media. On platforms like Twitter and Instagram, fans passionately defended their respective favorites, engaging in heated discussions about what loyalty really meant in the context of the street and rap game. Some fans questioned whether Lil Baby's stance was truly about the principle of loyalty, or whether it was simply an attempt to maintain his street credibility in an industry that constantly tests the boundaries of authenticity. Others argued that Gunna had made the right choice given the circumstances, and that it was unfair for him to be labeled as a rat without considering the full context of his decision. Meanwhile, industry figures, both old and new, weighed in on the situation. Some rappers like 50 Cent voiced their support for Lil Baby's realness, while others, including some of Gunna's peers, took to Instagram to show their continued support for the rapper. The tension between the two artists wasn't just confined to their personal relationship, it had now become a talking point in the larger hip-hop community. While the public debate over the rat lyric rages on, some fans have speculated that the tension between Lil Baby and Gunna might be more than just a personal fallout. In the music industry, controversy can often serve as a tool for garnering attention, and both artists stand to gain from the heightened media coverage. Some believe that Lil Baby and Gunna may be playing the long game, using their rivalry to fuel album sales, increase streaming numbers, and keep their names in the headlines. Hip-hop has always been a genre that thrives on drama, and some fans wonder if this feud is simply a clever marketing strategy. After all, history is full of examples of hip-hop rivalries that turned out to be beneficial for the artists involved. From Biggie and Tupac to Drake and Meek Mill, many of the most famous rap feuds have helped to elevate the careers of the artists involved, even if they were rooted in real tension.